How's it going, everybody? This is Raider Knight, and today we're going to be playing some Age of Civilization and doing a little bit of an AI battle and just trying to see who will rise out on top in the Age of Expansion or whatever it's called scenario. I forget the name, but I think it's Age of Exploration. That's it. But let's see what will happen. My guess personally is Spain will win, but there is some chance that Russia could also win. So I just zoomed it up a bit so we can kind of see the starter major powers. It's actually kind of even so far in a lot of the world. The Ottomans doing surprisingly well pretty quickly, and Russia is doing a little bit slow. So I think the Ottomans could also be a big power in this as well. Spain obviously winning, but it could change. Britain, or France, my mistake, is doing very well currently in the New World. And currently Spain has been going kind of slow. Ottomans still expanding pretty quickly. And Russia starting to kind of rebuild a little bit. In the northern kind of Viking territory, we have Denmark rising out of all three of the big countries, so that's kind of interesting. And let's continue to zoom it up a little bit quicker. Ethiopia is also getting to become a little bit of a large power, and we're starting to see nations like Nepal start to colonize the Oceania territory. So what we're having now is we're having England, who rules North America, and Spain controlling South America. This is kind of surprising. I really didn't see this coming, but I guess it is going to happen like that. So Spain is deciding, instead of fighting a lot in the New World, they're going to be trying to take over Europe, which is Spain's current goal. And Spain, or no, that's not Spain. Spain is still here, though, so I'm waiting for that big Spain and Ottoman or Spain and Russian war, but it does look like the Ottomans are starting to lose a little bit of territory to the Ethiopians. And England is starting to have a large push in South America, if you can look there. But still, Spain is pretty powerful. Ooh, well, Spain is starting to lose a little bit land as well. And Russia with some large gains in Asia, starting to take over the whole continent, as well as Ethiopia taking over all of Africa. And Britain has taken the New World, and we're starting to see a pretty interesting little game here. It's kind of even. I think Britain may even win because Britain just took over Portugal, and they're starting to move in. So, yeah, Britain is very powerful. I never thought Britain would win, but I guess it could be Britain. Spain is basically done for. And yeah, Britain is now kind of the big winner right now. Ethiopia also still has a lot of power, but with Russia and Britain kind of taking over a lot of land, I don't know if it's really going to be Ethiopia's game or not, but it might be. If you look at current territory, Russia is actually barely more powerful than England, so Russia technically is still the strongest country, which is kind of surprising. So we could still see a British defeat, but now Britain, Russia's still the strongest. Could we see a Russian victory? It's very possible, but Britain is still pretty powerful. I don't know. And Britain is gaining land, so I don't know. Well, now they're losing land, so it's pretty even. Also, Spain is technically still a country, just to throw that out there. They still have this territory, if I can click it. So it's kind of funny how they're still technically a country. I don't think Spain will ever do anything massive, but they are technically still a country. And we're still seeing the Great War rage on between the three world powers. I don't know who's going to win. My guess is either Russia or Britain. And Britain just took the capital of Russia, but Russia took it back pretty quickly, so... and it looks like Russia is pushing Britain out. But if you look towards the south of Russia, there is some Ethiopian progress starting to make its way up through the Caspian and things like that. And Britain is starting to surround Russia. It looks like we're about to see a big war between Britain and Ethiopia for the major world power. Russia has failed. So who's currently the world power? It looks like Britain has a little bit more territory than Ethiopia, but Ethiopia is still a powerful country, so it's going to be pretty close. I think my bet's on Britain to win it, but it could be Ethiopia still who wins the game. And Ethiopia is doing pretty good, but Britain has made a landing in Africa, in Egypt, and they're starting to, well, they just failed, so I don't know, it could still be a Ethiopian game. Ethiopia is a random country to win this. So if Ethiopia wins, I'm kind of surprised. But currently Ethiopia does have the most land, and Britain is starting to collapse a little bit. Is there any big change in the New World? Not really, but just to make it all clear, Russia is still technically a country, so they could make a comeback, but it's very unlikely. I think this may be Ethiopia's game. They're starting to get a lot of gains in the old world, and they're about to take over all of Asia, so Ethiopia is probably going to win this unless something crazy happens. But I do think Ethiopia has won in the old world. So now we have to see some sea battles. Obviously, all Ethiopia has to do is take over mainland Britain, and they've basically won the whole game. So, yeah, Ethiopia, you've basically won. I don't really see any way the British could win, unless there was just some kind of miracle that they did. So yeah, Ethiopia, you've basically won the game. Congratulations, and I think, do we even need to continue the video? We probably don't. Ethiopia is probably going to easily win, because once you take the capital over of a nation, they start to fall apart pretty easily. There's not really anything they can do, and they kind of lose a lot of their money after that. So I think Ethiopia's won. Hopefully you enjoyed this little video, and I think it's crazy Ethiopia won, but yeah, I'll see you all next time, and peace.